your headphones on. John's here. Camera 2. I'm good. Yeah. Yep.
Pull that down. So when you have it up, it's muted. And then when it's all the way up, it's muted. Jamar Campion Hines, 16 goals, 15 assists, number 25. 16 and 15.
Test 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1.
Check 1, check 2, check 3, check 4, check 5.
I don't think I can hear the right mic.
Now I'm hearing myself. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. They got it.
I want to say 11:05. Make sure that's right.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Cool. Excellent. Thank you. So I guess they'll use this remotely. The TD will, does that turn this shot right here? No.
Reached a thriller in the fourth.
scored 4 or more in 18 to 29 games played on the season. Just high-powered offense against a guy that has 100 saves on the year.
Right.
It's a good storyline, at least to start off in those first 2 minutes that we have.
Even Land Lakes keeper, 0.87, 90 saves.
Have you been to a state final before? Okay. So I'll probably lean on you a little bit for the pressure of the situation, what you're thinking of as a head coach as you come into the final game of the year, that sort of stuff. I may try to throw that your way from time to time. Let's see if they have pronunciation guides in there. He said he makes them up as he goes along. But I got starters for Land Lakes. I started broadcasting when I was in college. It would have been 2001. So about 10 years, 6 since I've been out of school. 7 now. It's 2012, 7 years. Yeah, I did. I worked at Newberry College, South Carolina. Did football, basketball, baseball for radio, and then we would webcast volleyball, soccer, softball, whatever else we could, wrestling even. And I did that for 5 years, and then I moved down here in April to work with Fort Myers Miracles minor league team. So I'm doing the play-by-play for them now. Yeah. Yep, sure do. Oh yeah. Naples is something else. That's a great place. So this is Land Lakes, this is Heritage. Yeah. Hopefully they'll have numbers that are easy to see.
I know. The good thing is it doesn't look like they're on the shores, so of course they have one.
Yeah. Josh recognize the formation
That's
early.
why sometimes it's hard.
Yeah. You know, the other thing too is we don't have to be right on. If the information seems plausible, you know, the only person that's going to know different is the coach.
I just said last time that here's that they're playing 4-4-2.
Yeah. A lot of times, if I don't know for sure, I'll say like a modified 4-4-2 or hybrid. That's another good one to cover your bases. Yeah, I may take those water breaks to spray my throat here.
I said we didn't do any of the water races. It was like a 30-second take off, get a break down in the field, on the sideline, right back to the play.
This is a real veteran team too. We don't have any sophomores on the roster, one freshman. Everybody else is senior and junior.
Yeah. That freshman played 4 games, so
Yeah, I mean he's probably not
right
even.
on the scene time.
Another point we can make.
Now this kid right here, defensive mid, 24-6.
Yeah.
And you see that.
You don't have any idea how they're going to line up, do you?
No, I mean,
But you know the positions, right?
well, I've got their positions as hybrids. You know,
Okay,
they're D
so
or
yeah, we
mid.
wanted to try.
I mean,
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah, we will try.
I would love to
Don't worry.
have their formation. And, I mean, I imagine 9 will be up top. You know, probably 5 up top, 7 and 10 in the middle,
7 and 10 or 7.
maybe 12 too. Yeah, he's got 24. So
Don't
he might be
worry.
back. I don't know.
Okay, defensive mid. They're playing a 5 midfielder. Maybe the defensive mid.
Yeah. I don't know. I've tried that before and I've been horribly wrong.
Yeah, sometimes we try.
That's where they're at.
Because even if they're listed that way on the roster, if they're making adjustments before the game, offensive field.
But I do have starters. I mean, if you wanted to list them out numerically, at least for Atlanta Lakes, I don't have American Heritage yet.
Don't worry. I mean, I'll note them.
Are you doing graphics?
Yeah. We sort of, everyone does a little bit of everything.
Gotcha. Yeah, I understand that. This is the first time I've ever just shown up and called the game. Not had no setup or breakdown.
It ran smoothly yesterday, at least on our end.
Yeah, there's only 5 of us.
It was impressive.
That's it. That'd be the whole thing. You gotta come see our little setup. You wouldn't believe it.
I saw it
I'll
yesterday.
have to look at it.
Is that you that we crammed in the van yesterday?
Yeah. It's hard to believe.
I'll start something. How long has your company been doing this? I know it's the first year, right?
Yeah.
This is the first year.
Yeah. It's the first year we've gotten together to do all this.
Did you come down from Atlanta?
No, we're in South Florida.
Okay.
Playon hired us, our little group, to do it.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's real, it's very complicated,
Yeah.
to say the least.
Like Playon hired you and FHSAA hired Playon.
Playon, and then they found all of us as our little group of guys, and you know, we're that in a scale down,
Yeah.
for every one of us, there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
So we're our own engineers,
Real
our
well
own
yesterday, huh?
Thanks.
You did the games last week?
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched them. My buddy Alex was the broadcaster last week. It's good.
No, that's, you know, for what it is, it goes off pretty well. This is where TV's heading though,
Yeah.
into this mode.
Right.
Yeah. You can scale it all down, and
Yeah.
especially now with HD cameras that are.
Yeah, to make it all work.
Yeah. Before, webcasts without HD cameras were brutal to watch.
Yeah.
Now it's.
Well, you can do the same. You can put out an HD signal with the equipment that we're using, so it's no
Yeah.
different. You get the same thing. I mean, we could do their broadcast out of our truck.
Right.
It's that simple.
They said South Florida, Fort Lauderdale, or
I live right across the street from Heritage. Yeah. My kids go to camp there, but they're not done. My daughter goes to public school, which is actually in our neighborhood, and Heritage is about 2 minutes away. Central Park Elementary. Yeah, she's only in first grade.
What's the high school?
Plantation or South Plantation. They're not great. They're not great public schools. But they're a powerhouse in soccer, obviously.
Yeah. Well, they're
Girls won. The girls lost last week. Yeah, both Heritage.
It's like trying to look up somewhere and look through
They're very different.
Yeah.
But they're both, I mean, have you ever been to any of the campuses? Yeah, they're like ridiculous.
college campuses.
Well, the Plantation is huge. It's huge. And it looks like a little college. I mean, there's some schools. Well, obviously, U School is in a college campus, so you can't really compare that. But like Pinecrest, I mean, that's like Ivy League. I mean, that is like, I mean, these schools, they're the private schools in South Florida are like that because the public schools are so bad for the most part. You gotta go more north to find the better public schools in South Florida.
Must be nice. I didn't get to go to a place like that.
My high school's right by the international airport. We have planes flying in. We didn't have any AC, so in the summertime, the windows were open, your planes taking off.
Yeah, work that into your opener. It's like 22 grand a year starting to go there. But they give scholarships, so who knows?
Right. Yeah, that's where public or private schools have a little unfair advantage to be able to offer these kids to come there. One kid doesn't take that opportunity. I mean, you don't live anywhere near the school, they're going to
Of course.
give you a free quality education.
Well, you know the story with Cypress Bay, right? I'll bring the head of the Broward Sports is here, sort of all Broward candidates. I'll tell you the story. But it's interesting. Like they had so many kids on their team, and they have no JV.
Same here, I read it.
Yeah.
They had a lot of kids on their varsity program.
So he put them all together because there's no JV. I guess because it's something to do with gender equity. They couldn't fund. Cypress is one of the largest high schools like in the country. Forget about Florida population, and he has all these kids. So I don't know what should what can we put on 20 or how many is there total?
Well, you can only carry 22 on the state roster.
Okay, so 22.
Right, so
Which 22 he brought to the States as opposed to the ones he played all year? He kept all his kids because it's a huge Latino population in Weston, and they're all like superstars. And it was funny because some of those kids went to U School last year. That's where they had all their really good players that won the state. So it just depends. It's like U School, Heritage, they all pull from Weston. So the kids that want to go free go to Cypress, and the kids that I guess can pay or get pulled out scholarship-wise go to the other team. And it feeds in, but they're mostly kids from that Western Florida area.
It's hotbed.
Yeah, it's a hotbed of like Latino like soccer. I mean, as you can look at the roster, you see who these kids are. And I bet you they're from Western.
Probably some of them.
They could have played Cypress.
What, do we have any sort of breaks, or are we just live straight through?
We'll take the water break.
Okay.
You can lay out during the water break, and then halftime.
All right.
And then at the end,
I'm not throwing into like a commercial or anything, right? It's just you're watching.
we do have a commercial.
Okay.
So you can go to break.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go to
30
break.
seconds. So.
We use the breaks. It's a 30-second spot,
Yeah.
but we let you usually stop for about a minute, catch your breath, whatever.
Okay.
Close your mics, and then just come back up.
Will they cue me back up over the?
Yeah. That'll be key.
Okay.
Our setup is only one person can talk to you, but only one person can actually talk out, and it goes to either cameras or you guys. So
Okay.
limited things.
Yeah,
But we'll-
First it was thrown off when someone was talking.
I'll have to. Yeah. I haven't worked video broadcast in a while. I have to refrain from my radio ways.
Nice. Well, occasionally we'll throw some stuff up there.
Yeah. I'll try to.
It almost looks like the ESPN slider, but we sort of jerry-rigged the little thing. If you saw yesterday, the stats that were popping up.
Okay. I'll try to keep an eye out for that.
Some do you call stats? And I looked up. Is that what you mean? That's
Yeah.
on the screen?
Stats on the screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
That terminology.
No, I'll be able to see it. I'm
start probably right after the anthem.
Okay.
We'll do a little like welcome with the title card, and then we'll just go through some of the players that you mentioned.
Okay.
Find things up on the monitor. Which are the head coaches?
I have no idea.
Man the Lakes is the gentleman in the full warm-up suit.
The blue? Okay.
That's the head coach, Mark Pearson.
There it
I don't know
is.
who the other gentleman
Another
is.
guy with his arms
I would
crossed.
imagine the
probably.
guy with his arms crossed. That would be my
Hat,
guess.
wearing a black
And the hat.
hat.
Big dude.
That was the first season.
If we were to take a stab in the dark, that's probably the best one.
I'll ask.
All right. Good crowd.
That's not bad. A ton of students.
Yeah, there's a lot of people coming up from Cyprus today.
Yeah, I would imagine so. That should be a real
Well,
good.
what are they? What is the soccer polls?
They're number one.
They're number one in both, right?
Fat
The
50
national-
ESPN, number one.
Yeah, so they're going for a definitely national championship.
Undefeated too, 22.
Did you get anything for that?
I don't think so.
But did they send it out?
Notoriety.
I don't know. Maybe they do. We've never been fortunate enough to do that.
But it's a big deal.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's-
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're playing for a national championship. Do you have the correct names? You need to get them for you.
The correct what?
The names of the two national championships they're playing for.
I mean, I've got the ESPN Fab 50 rankings. I mean, I don't know if it's a national
I'll get
championship,
you-
but
I'll
they
get
can
you.
finish ranked number one in the country.
Yeah, ESPN
according to-
Rise or something.
Yeah, I'm just not sure like how that works, but ESPN recognizes as their like national champion.
Yeah, ESPN one.
Yeah, so obviously they'll get something. So
Yeah.
as far, I mean, it's actually interesting as far as soccer goes nationwide. It's a really big game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mandarin's number 24 in the country, or maybe that's the 24 in the state.
I've no
Neither
idea how that
24
stuff
in the
works,
state.
but I know that ESPN makes a big deal with football, basketball.
Mandarin's 20th in the country, according to in Florida. Excuse me. 20th in Florida.
Wow, yeah, look. 9 players from U.S. Soccer Development again.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous.
3 guys already committed to play collegiately 2 Division Ones. This guy's apparently the number 1 prospect in Florida for next year. And is it correct that they call him John Ramos? Because in their notes it said John, like it said Juan, and then in quotation it said John.
Imagine that's what he goes by.
Yeah. He's looking for his 5th state title, 3 with Plantation, and then he won last year.
All right, so we'll see in a bit, so just get ready to go, and we'll start a little before.
Ready?
And then I'll come talk to you after we're done. So you can just go until like the celebration ends after the first game, and then just tease the ceremony's coming up, and you guys can take a break, and then we have to just show the ceremony.
Show the ceremony. Okay.
But don't
So
feel
we'll
like
we'll have footage of the ceremony.
Yeah, they'll be up on the feed,
Right.
but you won't have to talk over it.
Okay.
Take a break.
Excellent.
But stay, if it's a good ending, like you don't have to.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
You can
we'll
talk
recap
a little
it.
bit. You can say what you want, show some pictures.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
then once it has that natural lull where everything sort of like dies down when they get ready for the ceremony. That's when
Right.
you can say goodbye and just tease
He's the next game. I will do that.
All right, cool.
Do you have any time yesterday to eat anything between games?
And I think they give, like I said, because they do the award ceremony, I will say it's like 20 minutes between games.
That's good.
So it's not bad.
Mumble around the PA, huh? All right. Yeah, I know they have to be careful with that. Can't show any sort of favoritism and that sort of stuff.
Florida students.
Big thing I'm hoping to do is get the minutes of the goals. That's kind of my goal. Yeah. You know.
And the coach is the black kid with the backpack and the shorts.
Okay.
Okay. So it's not the big. You see him?
All right.
There
Yeah.
next to the.
Yeah. I see him.
Hey, how are you guys? I'm Brian, one of the techs with the truck.
All right.
Who's Bryce?
Me.
All right. As far as the hotel situation, the funds are being refunded back to you. Corporate's paying.
Okay.
And you should get your funds in a couple of days.
Oh, did they charge my credit card? I didn't
They
know.
say hold, whatever the case is.
Okay.
Just be aware that, keep an eye out.
Okay.
And make sure you got your money
And it'll
back.
just go back on that card?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you don't, then contact any one of us. Do you know Michael Phillips?
Yeah.
Just talk to him.
All right.
Just let you give you a heads up.
Awesome. No problem. Okay, I paid my credit card bill the other day. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had nothing to put on there.
Right there now.
Yeah. Just go ahead and put it on. Are you getting through only one channel?
Yeah, that's the way it was yesterday.
Okay. Alright, that's fine. It's my own level. Yeah.
See if that's, yeah, mine was a little high.
Not saying how much. Oh, okay.
Hello, everybody. Greetings and welcome to Corbett Stadium on the campus of the University of South Florida in Tampa as we get set for the 3A Boys Soccer State Championship right here on the FHSAA network. I'm Bryce Zimmerman, joined by Dennis Derflinger, and we are getting set for the Land O'Lakes Gators, a team that is 23-3-2, and the American Heritage Plantation Patriots, 25-0-3. These two teams come into the state final on solid runs. In fact, Land O'Lakes has only allowed one goal since the regional tournament, knocking off Choctawhatchee last week 2-0 on goals scored by Josh Davis, the leading goal getter for the Gators. And Plantation finds Richard Jobson, the head coach, in his first season into the state final.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting match today. Both these programs are coming in with very impressive resumes here in the regional state tournament, so we look for them to carry through in the state final today. It should be a very interesting match.
Mark Pearson, head coach for Land O'Lakes, has got some very good players at his disposal. He's in his 15th season, but it will be American Heritage Plantation to start off offensively with the ball. Luis Betancourt, a junior forward, has 32 goals, 16 assists. You see him there in black and yellow wearing number 9. He is the top offensive threat for Plantation.
Yeah, he's got a pretty impressive resume coming in 32 goals and 16 assists. Look for Plantation to feed him the ball up to the top and finish some goals this evening.
This is a storied program for the Patriots of Plantation. Even though it's Richard Jobson's first venture into the state final, this is a program that has won 3 state championships previously, and they are currently ranked 16th in the ESPN Fab 50 State of Florida rankings. Getting a look now at Andrew Garcia for Land O'Lakes. Garcia is a senior midfielder, and he has scored the ball well, 26 goals, 6 assists. He is among many offensive threats for this Gator squad.
Yeah, the Land O'Lakes Gators are pretty loaded today with their attack. Number of students, players going ahead and scoring for them. But let's watch out for Andrew Garcia. He's going to be a key for if they're going to win tonight.
Gators taking a sizable chomp out of the competition in the tournament, outscoring opponents 16-1. This is an offensive team in yellow and white with the blue numbers, Heritage in black and yellow trim. This is going to be a good game. 1 of 3 today on the FHSAA network. This is the 3A Boys Soccer State Championship, and we are just about set for kickoff here on the campus of the University of South Florida. A gloomy, foggy day. We do expect the sun to come out a little bit later on and be very nice and warm, but for this game, the field conditions are a little slick.
Yes, it rained a little bit last night. Playing conditions were a little wet all through the evening. As you mentioned, the sun's going to come out, so hopefully it'll dry up towards the end of this game.
Head coach Richard Jobson in his first season with Plantation. His team defeated Jesuit last week 1-0 a Friday ago in order to make it to this point in the tournament. "40 minutes up on the clock, whistle blows, and we are underway. Plantation rolls around to the near side corner. Holding on there is Martin Lasprilla. Into the middle for Samuel Vinson. Misfires on a left foot and now sends it up the far sideline. Collected by American Heritage. Possession still in the middle. Booted around and knocked out of bounds off the head of Nicholas Kempton, a defender and midfielder for Land O'Lakes. Throw in picked up by Plantation. Early control. Half a minute into the 3A state final for boys soccer. Nico Regent looks towards the middle of the field. It's knocked away. Land O'Lakes challenges, but picked up by Richard Montegudo. Right foot into the box. Chasing down. Coming out is the keeper, and making the play is Mitch McCowan, a junior who has a 0.87 goals allowed against. He has 90 saves this year for the Gators in his first test.
And Plantation's putting some pressure on. Looks like they have 4 guys pushing forward and tried an early finish there. Luckily, that was saved by the keeper.
Possession now for Land O'Lakes to the near side. Up the sideline, a little too strong for Miguel Laliberte. It goes out of bounds. Throw-in coming up for Plantation. Lasprilla back to him. Sends it to the central defense. Regent will go back to his keeper. In goal today for the Plantation Patriots is Juan Cano, a senior. But the ball is taken away. Crossing in the middle by Davis, cleared away by Plantation. Possession for the Patriots. Crossing midfield, too strong and a bad first touch. Taken away by Land O'Lakes into the middle. Right foot cross sent well wide, out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up. Again, it's Lasprilla. Sophomore, has a goal and 4 assists out of his defender spot this year. Here's Luis Betancourt. Pushes ahead, but it's knocked away. Good defending by Sean Young, a junior. Another throw-in as the early pressure being put on by American Heritage. Lasprilla the throw up the near sideline. Flicked by Betancourt.
scramble and taken away by Land O'Lakes. Kempton clears to the middle. Chested down by Cabrera, and he finds Montegudo in the middle. Wide side to the far left corner. Control by the Patriots, but lost by Joey Rodriguez out of bounds. Land O'Lakes throws it in off the shoulder of a Gator and now goes back the other way. Plantation. Throw to Rodriguez. He'll chase down in the corner, guarded by Young. A whistle. And I believe we'll have our first free kick of the day going to Plantation from the far side.
The restarts here in these games are going to be very important for each team. Look for Plantation to service a good ball into the box and see if they can finish with some of their tall guys.
Kevin Cabrera, a senior who has 9 assists this season, will stand behind the ball. About 15 yards away from the box. 2-man wall for Land O'Lakes. Here's the left foot. Swings to the middle. Ball bounces through the box and cleared away by Land O'Lakes. Picked back up by Heritage. On the right foot, Montegudo. Taken away. Davis knocks it away and a potential break the other way. On his horse, Nathan Dalton. A right foot sent in, but weakly off the heel and cleared away. Still dangerous, though. And then a tackle from behind and a free kick coming up for Land O'Lakes. Foul against Joey Rodriguez. And a dangerous scoring opportunity now for the Gators.
Rodriguez is getting a talking to by the official. First verbal warning. Another foul like that's committed. You might want to see a yellow card come out.
Clearly from behind, clipping the heels of the Land O'Lakes player. Standing over the ball is Nathan Dalton. 8 goals, 25 assists this year. Dalton, a midfielder and a senior. 3-man wall set up for Plantation. Here's the right foot of Dalton. Low drive, just wide of the near side post. That was a rocket off the boot of Dalton.
That was a great attempt. Nice, well-struck ball, low and hard to the corner. Unfortunately, it just missed wide.
It'll be a goal kick now for Plantation. Best scoring chance so far, just over 5 minutes in, comes from Land O'Lakes and Nathan Dalton. Plantation with possession up the far side. Kalpas has it knocked off his boot, back the other way, Land O'Lakes, but a poor touch by Dalton on the right foot. Got 2 out in front of him, and it clears into the box. Picked up easily by Cano. He'll roll it left side. And now a quick tackle, taking away Land O'Lakes outside the box, but a nice battle with Nico Regent. And Regent will clear with the right foot down the sideline. Headed on by Bettencourt. Pinciati got away with one. Now Sean Young, central defender, with a right foot out to Davis. Davis working the outside. The leading scorer for Land O'Lakes, 33 goals, including both the victory over Choctawhatchee last week. Sliding tackle by Cabrera knocks the ball out of bounds. Last touched by a Gator. Cabrera will control the throw-in up the far sideline, and Plantation works it back to the defense. Vinson, a nice swing, headed into the middle, but picked up by Land O'Lakes. Taken by Miguel Laliberte. Sends it back Sean Young into the middle and back out wide. Weinstock to Young. Breaks up field. Young with a run. Nice ball outside, but well defended by Martin Lasprilla.
Had Lasprilla not got a foot on that ball, they could have been in behind the attack, and a great scoring opportunity for Land O'Lakes.
And we see a nice combination from the Land O'Lakes offense. Cleared away. Loose play in the middle by Frankie Pinciata. This is a junior and senior laden team for Land O'Lakes, but a very talented Plantation squad. 16th in the state of Florida, according to ESPN Fab 50. Land O'Lakes looks to the middle, finds Bettencourt. He's in, right foot, score! Luis Bettencourt, a flash of lightning for the Patriots. And it's 1-0 American Heritage Plantation. What a feed into the middle, and Betancourt the finish.
That was a great feed through the middle, through ball. Nice finish in the side netting, pretty much textbook all the way around.
Goal number 33 for Luis Betancourt. And Richard Jobson, the head coach for the Plantation Patriots, has a lead in the first state final in his first season. We'll see how Land O'Lakes attempts to rally. Quick set off the kickoff. Nice move by Garcia. In the middle, Garcia with a right foot booted away by Vinson. Davis corrals. Plantation wanted a handball. Davis tries to work the give and go with Garcia, who goes down. And now another free kick coming up for Land O'Lakes. An early goal in the 33rd minute by Luis Betancourt. It is 1-0 Heritage.
Land O'Lakes is set up here. Look for them to drive the ball. Looks like they had some runners going in the back post. Let's see if they can get a head on it.
Here's Dalton with the right foot over the crossbar.
Yep. He decided to take the shot just a little high.
Nearly from the same part of the field where he took the low line drive shot last time. This time he tries to go over the wall and couldn't dip it far enough below the crossbar. .31 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. An American Heritage Plantation on top, a Luis Betancourt goal. Ball sent into the central defense of Land O'Lakes, picked up by Pinciotti. He's got some room. Into the middle. Too strong, intended for Dalton. Across the half line, turnover by Heritage. And Sean Young will take over. Looking down the right side, clears the head of Joey Rodriguez, and Davis will corral. Right foot, cross, looking, back post. The header, back towards the middle, they score! It's Pinciotti! Excuse me, it's Adam Weinstock who comes away with the goal, and the answer, the equalizer for Land O'Lakes. A cross by Josh Davis, then headed back towards the middle by Lalaverte, and finished off by the defender, Adam Weinstock.
Well, that was a great setup. The ball was sent far back post. Land O'Lakes player had no opportunity to finish, so he sends it back and allows his teammate to put it home.
In the 31st minute, 2 minutes later, Land O'Lakes has answered. And we are tied at 1. Heritage controls. Lasprilla will swing all the way across, picked off by Vinson, and to the far side. Challenged by Dalton, goes out of bounds. And the throw-in will be Plantation's. Quick throw. Left foot is spoiled by Weinstock. Scores just his second goal of the entire season. And a header that tickled the twine in the upper netting. Now a couple of players intertwined. 20 yards outside the box in Land O'Lakes territory. Quick restart. Young lifts across to Pinciotti. Right foot knocked away. Pinciotti off his head, keeps it in, up the line. Tricky play. Right foot from Lalaberte. Knocked away by Lasprilla, and that's been a good battle early on. Throw into Dalton. Controls with his back to the goal. Spins. Lasprilla takes it away. And then is bumped by Dalton, and that will be a free kick. Betancourt for Plantation, and Weinstock for the Gators of Land O'Lakes. And already some early fireworks. No surprise that the Gators would answer back. This is a team that scored 4 or more goals in 18 of 29 games played this season.
That's pretty impressive. They've found a way to put the ball in the back of the net.
Weinstock will clear an attempt down the far sideline for the Gators. Intended target was Nick Koppus. Now it looks like a substitution. New player coming in for Richard Jobson. And checking in is Danny Amador, senior with 10 goals this season. Up the right side, Josh Davis. Into the middle for Dalton. Sends it back now towards the middle. Controlling in the back is Pinciotti. To Young. Holding is Fram. Right foot wide to Weinstock. Good setup here by Land O'Lakes, being patient. Weinstock showing speed. Sends it to Davis. Davis around the right side. Davis towards the box. Knocked out, and that's our first corner of the game. A well set up attack by Land O'Lakes. Going down the far sideline, wins the corner.
They did a great job. That's one of the things you try to do. You try to get the ball in behind the defense and create opportunities for yourself, and Land O'Lakes has done that here with a corner.
It'll be Lalaberte on the far side. Doesn't waste any time, sends it in. Low and hard to the front of the box, headed away. Joey Rodriguez does the honors. Retrieved by Lalaberte. Into the middle. Dangerous ball. Pinciotti, right foot save. Got all of that one, but Juan Cano equal to the task.
Good position by the keeper, allowed to make that save and prevent Land O'Lakes from scoring.
Cano's big kick. Knocked away, loose in the middle of the field. Cleared by Weinstock. Flick on by Garcia, no good. And Amador will control. Pushed away. Nice defensive work by Yancy Algarin. Sends it towards the middle, but it's taken away by Plantation. Slide tackle by Algarin. Two great defensive plays. Once again, Plantation trying to mount a counterattack. Picked up by Pinciotti towards the middle, finding space. Dalton hands off to Garcia, and his left foot crossfield swing is denied. 26 minutes, 38 seconds left in the first. Betancourt once again in behind the defense, tries a right foot, and it is wide. Last touched by Sean Young, and he is looking at the rest of his central defense, wondering how, for a second time, Luis Betancourt has gotten behind the line.
That seems to be the key for American Heritage, the American Heritage Plantation today. Sending the ball through to number 9, let him get free and finish as well as he had this year.
Tied up at 1, and the first corner offensively for the Plantation Patriots. Kevin Cabrera.
Land O'Lakes appears to be doing a mix of a zone and man-to-man on the corner.
Here's the left foot. Looking back post. Betancourt goes up, but it's knocked away. Not out of danger. Taken by Davis, looking to counter. Davis sends it out. Pinciotti. Pinciotti with a left foot. A little bit behind the intended target of Kempton. That will slow down the attack for Land O'Lakes. Bad first touch by Kempton, but he gets another chance. Gives away into the middle. Josh Davis offside. Cano makes the save, but the linesman hand was up on the far side.
Offside.
Sun starts to peek through the clouds here at Corbett Stadium on the campus of University of South Florida. Lasparilla to the middle. Montegudo finds space, switches fields. Pass intended for Gene Oroville. Goes wide, but he chases down. Left foot through the box. Kick back. Montegudo around 1. Cleared away. Land O'Lakes has a very big crowd here. Plantation has also brought a few, as the two teams battle in midfield, and then a challenge by Jamar Campion-Hines is whistled for an infraction. "24 minutes to play and some change. Garcia looks in the middle. Another poor touch by Kempton, but he stays on it and gets around Campion-Hines. Out top to Fram. And then there's a handball by Pinciotti. An obvious play off the shoulder. He tried to keep going.
Couldn't disguise that one.
Into the middle, holding on here is Vincent. To Cabrera. Cut off by Davis, slide tackle out of play. Well, we've seen Nearly 17 minutes go by, Dennis, and these two teams starting to settle down after a very energetic start where each team scored a goal.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to maintain a little more possession, get some touches in the middle, create things up top. Defensively, they're playing the ball out of the back and trying to find their midfielders, so it should be interesting next 20.
Davis to Fram. Nice bit of footwork. Back out wide to Davis. Holding on is Dalton. Back to Davis. Good give and go. Tackled from behind. No ball there. A poor attempt by Gene Oroville. And a free kick coming up. This is the third of the game for Land O'Lakes. The big foot of Nathan Dalton. Instead, he'll go back and reset with the defense. Weinstock to Young across midfield. Dalton tries to go down the sideline. This time a clean tackle by Gene Oroville. A nice one-touch play finds Jamar Campion-Hines. Back to Oroville. Into the middle, taken away Garcia. Garcia stymied by a nice sliding tackle of Montegudo. Back on possession is Laliberte. In the middle, Kempton. Kempton. Nice feed. Dalton. Outside of the foot finds Laliberte. Back out high to Dalton. He will send it into the box, trying to find Davis behind the defense. And off his line to make the play is Juan Cano.
Very nice ball sent in by Land O'Lakes, just on the unlucky side, step a little too late.
Cano has only allowed .28 goals per game this season. He has over 100 saves, and he's been tested early by Land O'Lakes.
I look to Land O'Lakes to continue to test him throughout the game here.
Plantation's Bettencourt sends it towards the middle, cleared Young, but back helping is Weinstock, and he's had a whale of a first half. Scored the goal, and he's been solid in the defensive middle.
It's putting a lot of pressure on this Land O'Lakes defense. Let's hope they can stand strong and prevent them from scoring.
Lasprilla to handle the throw-in, wearing number 2 for the Patriots in their yellow and black. Substitution comes in. It'll be Julian Franco Bettencourt, attacking central mid, who has 4 goals and 8 assists on the year. He'll step into the middle wearing an unconventional 77 for his number.
You don't see that very often.
Amador, nice give and go, gets it back from Franco Bettencourt, then off the outside of the right foot. A poor pass taken away by Land O'Lakes and cleared by Pinciotti. Dalton showing speed, but a nice clear away by Nico Regent coming over on help side. Dalton's a dangerous player for Land O'Lakes. He's shown good speed out in the open field. Also a tough right boot. Fram to Pinciotti. Dalton controlling, double team. Taken away by Lasparella, who was fouled, but no whistle. Now Fram looking for Laliberte, and another good sliding tackle from Nico Regent.
We're seeing very good offensive and defensive play on both ends. Land O'Lakes tried to send a nice weighted through ball, and American Heritage was able to clear the ball out.
20 minutes to play, first half. Bryce Zimmerman along with Dennis Derflinger. A 1-1 score here at Corbett Field. Throw in for Fram. Gets it into the box. Headed away. Laliberte controls for Land O'Lakes. On the left foot, back out to the corner. Fram looking back post, but Cano will watch it sail out of bounds for a goal kick.
Right idea for Land O'Lakes, just a little too strong. Another missed opportunity.
With 19:37 remaining, it's 1-1. We'll take a break on FHSAA Network Soccer, the 3A State Championship Final.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to Corbett Stadium. A hotly contested first half, 19:37 remaining. American Heritage, Plantation, and Land O'Lakes all knotted up at 1 goal apiece. And what do you think of those first 20 minutes, Dennis?
Oh, they were great. We got 2 wonderful goals set up nicely. Like I said, both of them pretty much textbook. You can't ask for too much more. Let's see a little more of that next 20 minutes, see if we can get another one for each side.
Luis Betancourt got the scoring started in the 33rd minute. A right foot blast to the far side netting that beat Mitch McEwen, goalie for Land O'Lakes, on a beautiful feed towards the center. Betancourt gets his 33rd of the year. And for Land O'Lakes, answering just 2 minutes later in the 31st was Adam Weinstock, his 2nd goal of the season. We're set to restart play. Cano will kick it off. Coming over is Amador. Knocked down by Dalton. Some theatrics by Amador, but there was contact.
Easy call for the official there.
Quick restart. Franco Betancourt. Back out Regent. Works the sideline. Flicked on by Lasprilla. And the throw-in goes to Land O'Lakes. Pinciotti gets it in quickly to Fram, who has room. Back to Pinciotti. Challenge and taken away by Plantation. On the foot of Franco Betancourt. Back out Nico Regent. And here's Cabrera. Vincent replays. A lot of pressure being put on by Land O'Lakes on those back 4.
Yeah, they've done a great job up there putting pressure on the defensive players of American Heritage.
Betancourt finds Franco Betancourt with a lot of room. Montegudo. Franco Betancourt. Nice wide side feed. Back to Franco Betancourt. With a right foot in the middle. Some room for Campion Hines. His shot deflects. Last touch by Danny Amador, and it'll be a goal kick, fortunately, for Land O'Lakes.
At least for now, it appears that American Heritage is trying to get their outside backs up in the attack, try to get some more numbers ahead. Let's see if that plays to their advantage.
Restart goes to the near side. Pinciotti, where a lot of the action has started for Land O'Lakes here on the left. Now Garcia has plenty of room. Trying to spring Davis, who switched up top. Davis one-on-one with Vincent. Looks to go through him, but a nice tackle by Samuel Vincent, a sophomore, playing heavy minutes. Flicked by Garcia. Taken away by Plantation. Montegudo. Poor touch, gives it away. Weinstock resets. Here's Young. Into the middle, Garcia. Dalton. Feed out wide. Holding on here is Patrick Lawson, fresh into the game. A junior, and he earns a throw-in. Into the corner. Dalton has room in the box. Dalton tries to get around Vincent, but another good tackle by the young man.
Once again, good defensive stand. Got it both sides of the ball. Offensive defense today.
Campion Hines sends it to the left side. Gets it back. Hines around Young. Goes out of bounds. Last touched by Land O'Lakes.
Good shield. Sometimes it's better to let the ball roll out of bounds and reset than force something.
Franco Betancourt to the corner. One-touch feed. Left foot in the middle. Goes through the box. And cleared away by Laliberte. Now Davis looking to counter. Right foot flick, but Dalton didn't read the play, and Vincent once again comes up strong.
It's a very nice touch. Those two just have to get on the same page, and they're going to create trouble.
That's a nifty play. Into the middle, but the defense recovers. Slipping is Young. Picking up Amador into the middle, and cleared away.
Nice recovery by the Land O'Lakes defense to shut everything down.
Looking for the counter. The crowd picks up the energy. Laliberte, he's been everywhere early on. Good holding midfielder. Back out Pinciotti. Fram has room. Into the middle. Algarin fell down as he tried to deliver one into the middle, and it's taken away. Betancourt. Nice tap back to Franco Betancourt. Plays it safe. Finds Lasprilla with room. Lasprilla into the middle. Campion Hines, give and go. Cleared away. Coming back that time and making the play was Andrew Garcia. Dalton. Garcia looking to feed Davis. But he is offsides. Must have been a hair, Dennis.
Must have been. I didn't see it. I thought he was in cleanly and was expecting an attack on goal, but unfortunately the official had his arm up and whistled offsides.
After the first 20 minutes, Mark Pearson had Davis playing on the far side midfield. Now he looks like he's moved him up top.
Yeah, he might have done that to try to disguise him, maybe get him out wide, maybe push another defender out wide to open things up in the middle. But I think maybe up top is going to be the strong suit for him.
Now contact by Davis results in a free kick for Plantation. A lot of room for Cabrera. Left foot into the box. Header by Betancourt. Just missed it. Amador can't handle. And cleared away Laliberte. With speed. To Dalton. Looking for Davis. Would have been onside, but mistimed the play with Dalton.
Seems like they're just a little out of sync there early on today. Let's see if they can get it together over the next 14 minutes and put another one in at the half.
Each team has tallied a goal. Luis Betancourt has scored for Plantation. Adam Weinstock for Land O'Lakes. 14:06 to play. Cabrera. Knocked away by Garcia, and he steals it again. Garcia tried to split the D. Vinson once again equal to the challenge. No question why Vinson, just a sophomore, is a star central back. He has made 4 or 5 very good tackles.
Very sound defensively.
Attempt into the middle by Plantation is cleared away by Weinstock. Throw in coming up for American Heritage. Aside from a few counterattacks, the bulk of this game has been played in the Land O'Lakes half. Heritage has won the possession battle.
Yeah, it appears that way. They've done a really good job controlling possession, putting some combination passes together, and just come up on the short side of the stick when attacking. But if they continue that, it's going to be hard to defend that net for the remainder of the game.
Another substitution for Richard Jobson. Plantation controls. Franco Betancourt. Montegudo switches to the left foot. Tripped up by Garcia, who did not agree with the call, thought that Montegudo embellished. And a dangerous free kick coming up.
Let's see what American Heritage has in store on this free kick here. Looks like he's setting up to actually take the shot. But I've been wrong before. Watch it be a layoff.
4 goals, 8 assists for Franco Betancourt coming in. And now Vincent, the sophomore defender, will get into the box.
Official moving the wall back to the 10-yard mark.
3 in the wall, set up by Mitch McEwen, the goalkeeper for Land O'Lakes. Franco Betancourt, right foot, dips down, and a save by McEwen. Bobbled it just a little bit, but that ball had some serious dip.
It definitely did. Lucky or chance for American Heritage. A good save.
Here's Dalton picking up the loose change and running down the sideline. Dalton at the corner, slide from behind. Cabrera is going to be whistled, and I believe it will come inches outside the box.
Well, that was close. A nice tackle outside, and unfortunately got a bit of the player. But Land O'Lakes still has a great opportunity. Looks like maybe less than a yard outside the box.
That is a dangerous play by Kevin Cabrera, a senior who has been very good early on in this game, but a decision that if he makes 1 or 2 seconds later, it's a PK.
That's true. That is definitely true. Let's see if Land O'Lakes can take advantage of this restart here.
Dalton behind the ball. Right foot in, flicked, knocked off of Young, and saved on the loose ball by Cano. Dangerous looking delivery, but it amounts to nothing for Land O'Lakes. Cano will punt. Campion Hines challenged by Kempton, and Kempton wins the header, tracked down by Lasprilla. Up the sideline. Franco Betancourt. Kempton grips ground, one-on-one, give and go, finally cleared by Fran. Sent back into the offensive half, but Fram will pick it up. At midfield, Garcia looking for the right foot to find Davis, headed away by Lasprilla, picked up by Laliberte, but a touch too strong. Campion Hines gets around his man. Hines with speed, but it's cleared away by Algarin.
It doesn't look like Plantation is pushing as many guys forward now towards late in the half, so let's see if they can build something with numbers here.
10 to play, 1-1 the score. 3A Boys Soccer State Championship Final on the FHSAA Network. Glad you could join us. Bryce Zimmerman along with Dennis Durflinger. Campion Hines gets it back. And a back heel. And the Land O'Lakes faithful don't like that call. And we've seen a few flops now by this American Heritage Plantation squad. There's been contact, but they're going down awfully easy.
Exactly. There is some contact there, and the official sees it as being detrimental to the play, so he whistles it a foul.
Lasprilla, only man behind the ball. Two-man wall, moves back a step. Right foot. Swings away, headed out. Still dangerous, and now clear. Laliberte looks wide. Nice touch by Davis to keep it in. Davis. And a good defensive recovery, Joey Rodriguez, to knock the ball away off of Davis's foot. Now Garcia. Into the middle, Kimpton sends it one more. Dalton tried to backheel it to his left foot. Took too much time. And now a free kick issued to Land O'Lakes, and a yellow is doled out to Joey Rodriguez. First card of the game, and it goes against Plantation. Joey Rodriguez, the senior, a slide tackle from behind, taking out Kimpton. And another golden free kick opportunity for Land O'Lakes.
And with that caution, he will have to leave the field and be replaced by another player until the next legal substitution.
So off goes Rodriguez in disgust. Nathan Dalton. 8 goals, 25 assists. Right foot, low. What a save by Cano! That ball was headed for the side netting, and Cano lays out and makes the save. Pinciotti has it taken off his foot. Franco Betancourt into the middle, and now a whistle slows play down. And some pushing and shoving between Pinciotti and Franco Betancourt, and now Franco Betancourt gets a yellow, so he has to go off. And I think they're also going to yellow Pinciotti, so the official recognizing that both players had equal opportunity.
Correct. Sometimes that's necessary for the official to do just to maintain the discipline in the game, so both players get sent off.
8:28 remaining. And Pinciotti, who has been very strong on this left side, will head off. Checking in, Patrick Lawson. Lasprilla will handle the free kick, moves it back a few yards.
Back to that last shot, it seems like Land O'Lakes is having a lot of success going low and hard with the ball, so let's see if they continue that on their free kicks.
Headed away by Garcia, picked up by Fram. Sends it to space, but nobody there for Land O'Lakes. Lawson takes it away. Dalton. Holding, looking to the middle, too strong, intended for Fram. And cleared well out of play by Benson. Looks like Pinciotti will check right back into the game. Lawson goes off. So not a very long break for Frankie Pinciotti, the senior. Throw in, finds Dalton. Weinstock racing upfield, lost the handle. Taken by Plantation. Nice move by Nick Koppis. Betancourt. Orange cleats flashing. Coppice, left foot, looking, back post, gets over the keeper, he's out of the box, and cleared away. McEwen came out dangerously and couldn't punch the ball away, and he's bailed out by the defense.
Yeah, luckily his defensive players were in the proper position where he was able to get that ball out of pressure.
Quick throw finds Campion Hines, who goes down easy, and cleared away by Kempton. Now a stoppage in play. Campion Hines will come off, and Franco Betancourt back in. American Heritage, the dark black jerseys with the yellow trim. Land O'Lakes, yellow jerseys with the blue numbers and the white shorts. And Land O'Lakes has brought some fans. Plantation. Franco Betancourt. Right foot sent in, but knocked away by Sean Young.
And sometimes just winning a corner kick down here in this area is just as important as getting a cross in. So let's see if they can take advantage of this opportunity.
Second corner. And it's sent in. Cleared away off the right foot of Dalton. Tracked down by Franco Betancourt. Chips looking for Luis Betancourt. And he plays it off his back heel and out of bounds for a goal kick. Luis Betancourt, he's tall, he's fast, but he hasn't been an integral part of the offense aside from that one goal which he broke in.
It seems like occasionally they're trying to go to him, just not able to create anything at this time, but I would imagine they're going to continue to try to find him as a target player.
Davis flicks on, will chase it down himself, but Cano well out to make the play. Slings it to the far side. Betancourt at midfield, one-on-one. Finds space and a man. Into the middle, blocked away by Kempton. Still chasing his Coppice. He bumps Weinstock shoulder to shoulder, and that will be a foul on Nick Coppice. And he's given a yellow.
Looked like a good, strong challenge to me. I didn't see any foul there, but obviously the official saw it a little differently at a better vantage point. Unfortunate for it.
After the first 25 minutes or so, Dennis, this was a game that was played physically, but we didn't have any cards. Within the last 10, we've had 4 cards now.
Yeah, the officials must have had a discussion at water break.
Dalton into the middle. Cleared away. It's always got to be interesting sitting up here. Dennis, of course, is the head coach and has been for the last 10 years at Freedom High School, and now you're getting a different perspective as far as how the officials deal with their card situation. Anything different up here?
It's a nice change, but you're still looking at it as a coach, even though you're up here talking about it. So, but it is a nice change to be able to view it from this vantage point.
Plantation throw-in. Gene Oroville. Taken by Dalton of Land O'Lakes. And then knocked out of bounds by Oroville. But last touched off a Gator. Another throw-in coming up. Under 5 to play in the first half. Still tied 1-1. Couple of goals in the first 10 minutes of the game. Since then, offensive chances have been harder to come by. Into the middle, cleared away by Young. Montegudo on a combination finds Franco Betancourt. Now with the right foot, sent towards the box, and Betancourt can't finish it off on the near side post.
What a missed opportunity there. The ball was shot, sent wide to the far post, and just went right over top of the ball. I think he got a little bit too excited and didn't expect it to be that easy.
A wide open goal, and Betancourt couldn't line it up. 3:34 remaining first half. Sean Young, junior central defender with a big boot. Won by Montegudo, but picked up on the second ball by Kempton. Garcia sprints around his man, knocks it away from Franco Betancourt. Taken away by Montegudo into the middle. Back out Franco Betancourt. Swings all the way around. And here's Lasprilla. Into the middle. Franco Betancourt, nice back heel. Montegudo A play that was working nicely before broken up. Nice combinations. But here's the counter. Dalton will slow it down far side. Sends back to Garcia, to Kimpton. Safety goes back, and it provides a steal after the pressure. Monteagudo has picked up his pace of play. Into the corner. Working with Weinstock, goes out of bounds, and a throw-in coming up for the Gators.
Looks like he was trying to get himself awarded a throw in there, but it was unluckily went off his foot. Now it becomes Land O'Lakes possession.
Throw-in will be redone. We are at the 2-minute mark of the first half. Weinstock. Throw goes over Lawson. Touched out of bounds by Franco Bettencourt. And the second throw, I'm not sure ever came in.
Didn't appear to from over here, but it depends on where they take the throw. It must have come in.
American Heritage with possession. Monteagudo. Bettencourt. Back to Monteagudo. Swing. Picked off by Fram. Controls. Into the middle. Dalton. Works his way around Monteagudo. Trying to break Lawson, but it'll be too strong.
A good idea, just a little too much weight on that ball and carries out of the end line.
Junior Patrick Lawson hasn't played a whole lot in this first half, but he does have 9 goals, 10 assists on the year. And you go up and down this Gators roster, and they've scored so much this season. 129 goals opposed to 26 given up on the year. Just about everybody's got 4 or 5 goals.
Yeah, it looks that way, so you never know who's going to score today.
A good problem to have.
Exactly.
Goal kick sent towards the middle. Header won by Fram. Lasprilla loses the header. Taken by Laliberte. 36 seconds remain. And then cleared away by Nico Regent. Last touched off the left foot of Miguel Laliberte. 25 seconds left. Up the middle, picked up by Pinciotti to Fram. Nice touch towards the middle for Dalton. He'll have a go. No. Cuts back to the left foot. Now he sends it to the middle. Laliberte. One touch. Chases down. 10 seconds remain. And lost the handle before it's cleared by Regent.
Thought Land O'Lakes was going to create something there from one last opportunity before the half, but a good defensive stand by American Heritage.
The first half is in the books of the 3A Boys Soccer State Championship Final, and we're not far from where we started. 1-1 the score. Luis Bettencourt got it started with a goal, his 33rd of the year back in the 33rd minute, but this Land O'Lakes squad answered in the 31st minute with a goal from defender Adam Weinstock. We sit 1-1. What are your first impressions of this first 40 minutes, Dennis?
I think the possession was relatively even, although it looked like Plantation was doing more setting up on the attacking half, and Land O'Lakes was doing a lot of setting up on the defensive, or their defensive half. But again, both teams were creating great opportunities to score. Land O'Lakes, once the ball got on the attacking third, was pressuring the American Heritage defense. They continue to do that. They might get an easy goal out of it.
40 minutes. That's what's left of these two teams' seasons in the 3A Boys Soccer State Championship. We're going to take a break for half. We'll be back with the second 40 on the FHSAA network after this short little message.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Yep. Welcome back to the campus of the University of South Florida, Corbett Stadium in Tampa, Florida. It is 1-1 in the 3A Boys High School State Championship game between the Land O'Lakes Gators and the American Heritage Plantation Patriots. This has been a tightly contested game, Dennis.
It definitely has. It's starting to get a little more physical out there. The officials are trying to take control of it by sending off cards. We got 3 cards in the first half for American Heritage, 1 yellow card in the first half for Land O'Lakes.
7 scoring chances for Land O'Lakes, though you might give the possession edge slightly to American Heritage. The dangerous shots are coming from the Gators.
It appears to be that way. Like I mentioned at the end of the first half, it seemed like Land O'Lakes was trying to create more on their own defensive half, but once they got that ball in the attacking third, they were putting a lot of pressure on American Heritage defense.
We also saw a few adjustments made by Mark Pearson. Once again, this is his 15th season at the helm of the Gators. He's been a bridesmaid once. He made it to the state final way back in 1999. We'll see what kind of adjustments he makes to try to rectify that and get a state championship. We're underway in the second half, left to right. Land O'Lakes moves on your screen. Quick play out to Garcia left side. Lalaberte is taken down. Ball is still loose, picked up by American Heritage. Right foot sent to Sean Young of Land O'Lakes. Betancourt takes it away. Franco Betancourt. Rodriguez. Cut back to the middle. Betancourt, one touch. On the left foot, sends towards the net. Score! An early goal. 1 minute, not even, at the 39-21 second mark of the second half. Plantation takes the lead.
And again, that was a nice combination play by Plantation to open up that opportunity, and a well-struck ball. Close side netting. Outreach of the keeper wasn't enough to stop that ball.
Combination set up by American Heritage and finished off by Batista Pederser. Quickly up ahead. Now with the right foot sent on Cano. Low hopper by Garcia. And it's picked up easily by the senior goalkeeper. 39th minute of the second half. And Pederser scores. 2-1 Plantation. That could change the scope of this game from an offensive standpoint now for Land O'Lakes.
It might, but just still very early in the second half, so I would imagine they're still going to play their same style of attack and defense, at least for a majority of the second half.
Into the middle, Pederser. Back out Montegudo, and wide to Cabrera, wearing the captain's armband. Cabrera into the middle. Back heel by Luis Betancourt is taken away by Land O'Lakes. Dalton, fancy footwork, but a little too much. Franco Betancourt to Cabrera, onside. Left foot in the box. And cleared away by Sean Young. Garcia chases down. Trying to get around his man, Nico Regent. A whistle and a foul and a free kick coming up for Land O'Lakes. In the battle of the crowd, I think that Land O'Lakes has a larger contingent here, but still plenty of fans from American Heritage Plantation that have made the drive up.
Yeah, great support for both schools here today. Land O'Lakes being a little bit closer, so you would ideally have more students and support from Land O'Lakes High School, but American Heritage has a good turnout also.
2-1 lead belongs to the Plantation Patriots. Right foot into the box. Coming out in the punch by Cano. Picked up by Pederser. Chips it near side. Amador with space. Looking to spring Betancourt. He's in onside. Controls. Quick move to the left foot. Guarded by Land O'Lakes, taken away, but then given back up A turnover easily by the Gators, taken away. Franco Betancourt. Petitzer. Back to Betancourt. Regent. His pass goes awry. Stolen away by Liliberte. Davis is well offside.
Again, it just appears that Land O'Lakes is a little out of sync between their midfielders and their forward there. So let's see if they can get that straightened out. If they can, it could be very dangerous late in the half.
Vinson. Montegudo does a good job of shielding off Dalton. Swings it near side. Cabrera. Cross field, Regent. Possesses. Into the middle. Montegudo. Walks around Dalton. Has space. Montegudo. Takes about 50 yards of field himself. Now a quick play. Into the middle. Franco Betancourt looking to go back door. Right foot sends it in. And cleared away by Young. A beautiful setup by Montegudo and this Plantation offense as they pick apart the Land O'Lakes D.
Well, they're doing a great job putting passes together, some combination play, putting the ball through the box for opportunities to score, and when you don't get an opportunity, a shot on goal, you're awarded with a corner kick.
Corner kick coming up for Plantation. Left foot in. Flicked on by Amador. Last touched by a Gator. Then off the foot of Lawson.
So it appears that American Heritage has already matched their first half corner kick opportunities with 2 here.
Here's the second chance. Looking front post, headed away by Young. That was a good ball sent in by Cabrera. Taken away by Laliberte, but he loses possession, gets it back, knocks over Montegudo, who stays on it, and a clean tackle to the far side. Right foot cross, field finds Petitzer, and Betancourt tries to draw a foul, can't do it in the box. Franco Betancourt, right foot. Now Betancourt gets around his man. Left foot, score! Size, speed, and finish for Luis Betancourt, his second of the day. And it's 3-1 American Heritage.
What a great finish. Side netting again, just out of the reach of the Land O'Lakes goalkeeper. That guy has a knack for finding the goal this evening, or this today.
A beautiful finish. And Betancourt gets his 34th goal of the year. And 2 goals in the first 5 minutes plus of this second period. One in the 39th and another here in the 35th. Lawson has it taken away. We're back underway. Cabrera now finds Castro, who, my apologies, it was Castro that scored the second goal for American Heritage. And he now has 10 on the year.
Yeah, at this point, with as much trouble as Betancourt is creating, Land O'Lakes might want to think about man marking him.
Stolen away by Garcia, but picked up by Vinson. What advantage does a man mark do here?
Well, if you man mark him, you just stop him from creating any opportunities for the goals. It seems like he's setting up a lot of the plays and, running off of his pass and getting open. So if you're marking him, you decreases his chances of creating opportunities for American Heritage. But they're leaving him wide open.
Montegudo, far side, finds Lasprilla. Gets around a man. Lasprilla on the back heel attempt. It's taken away, ill-advised by Castro. Dalton gets around his man. Another one, but a slide tackle by Vincent breaks up that run. Lasprilla. Castro. Franco Betancourt. And back out. And an ill-advised pass is taken away by Garcia. Nice deep pass that splits the D, but covering on the play was Nico Regent. It looked like Davis didn't read that play. He would have been in alone, but he didn't read the pass by Garcia.
Again, for some reason, it just seems like Land O'Lakes is just a little out of sync between their midfielders and their forward. Again, if they can get that combination working, they're going to be very dangerous down here towards the end of the second half.
Still plenty of time left, 32-16 in the period. And this is a Land O'Lakes team that has a ton of offensive firepower. Davis goes around his man and then bumped into by Regent as Cano comes out, slides and makes the play, but he stays down.
Yeah, it looks like that contact between Davis and the American Heritage defender caused Davis to fall back on the keeper, maybe caught a cleat in the face.
Clock stops at 31:58. An inspired second half start by American Heritage Plantation, leading 3-1. Goals by Castro and a second from Luis Betancourt. And we touched on Betancourt a little bit in that last part of the first half, how he had scored a goal, but he wasn't necessarily a dynamic threat. But he's been much more visible here in the second half.
Correct, and that might have been an adjustment the coach had made at halftime. He saw that they weren't going to one of their key players, and they might have said, we need to have this guy touch the ball more in order to create opportunities, and they've done that here in the second half.
Ball seems to be stuck to the feet of the Plantation players. Cabrera. Montegudo. Back to Cabrera. Tried an outside of the foot tap, but it's taken away. Josh Davis loses control, and Regent ventures across the midfield stripe. Castro. All the way out wide. Lasprilla. Toying with Kimpton and gets around him with a beauty. Into the corner. Herrera. Right foot cross. Flicked on. And then cleared away by Weinstock. Garcia will boot it out. Davis chests it forward. And picked up by Regent. Davis bowls over him. That's a clear foul on Joshua Davis, who is showing some frustration out on the pitch.
Yeah, things aren't quite going his way this afternoon. You know, he's made some good runs, some balls being played in through the midfield, a little bit late, causing him to be offside. And when you're used to scoring goals, that can become a little frustrating for you.
Plantation resets. Franco Betancourt knocked off his foot by Lawson, but regained by the Patriots. Right foot from Amador, headed down by Pinciotti. And Land O'Lakes gets possession. Young finds Lawson. Nice trap, but Cabrera reads the pass well and steals. In short space right now, this Plantation team working the ball very effectively.
Yes, they're maintaining possession. Good touches all around so far, allowing them to maintain the possession and most of it for this second half so far.
In no hurry, leading 3-1. Cabrera sent towards Weinstock, who heads it out of bounds, but a throw-in coming up for the Patriots. Now a whistle and a stoppage as Lasprilla comes off. And Plantation will sub in a new player. I believe it's Philip Delval. Garcia looks to the middle. Once again, Samuel Vincent is there. Clears it away. Franco Betancourt will possess and send it all the way out to Delval. Up the sideline. Herrera gets it back. Looking for Franco Betancourt, but it's taken away. Fram has some room.
Doesn't seem like he's getting any help from anyone else on the team, so he's carrying the ball and finally finds a open player to pass to.
Davis back to Fram. He's going to take a shot with the right foot, and that will not trouble Juan Cano. Lethargic attack that time by Land O'Lakes. It looks like the two goals in this half by American Plantation have really taken the wind out of the sail.
Yeah, Land O'Lakes is going to have to find something here to shift the momentum and allow them to score and have more chances.
Herrera to Castro. Outside of the foot, Betancourt. He has two, looking for the hat trick. Amador to Cabrera, and now Franco Betancourt. In the middle, taken away by Young, and he'll sprint upfield. Young looking to spring Davis. Davis battling with Delval. Fresh legs by Delval, and he will bump off Joshua Davis and send upfield. Kempton gets it back for Land O'Lakes. Trailing 3-1, 28 minutes to go, second period. Garcia, nice move to get around one. Finds Lawson. Into the middle for Dalton. And Vincent once again is there to bump Dalton off the play. Weinstock, missed touch, and it's taken back. Luis Bettencourt, 34 goals this season. Looking to lead Plantation to a state championship, and a good defensive play by the diminutive Adam Weinstock. And now we'll have a substitution. Looks like Lalaberte will come back into the game, and off goes Kempton. Throw in finds Cabrera. Nice pass through traffic to Castro. Franco Bettencourt. Montegudo with space and wheels it around far side to Delval. Right foot looking back post. Finds Castro. He'll pull it out of the box. And just go to the corner. Castro and Weinstock battle. Castro into the corner again. Weinstock digging. Ball is still loose. Picked up by Plantation. Castro. Bettencourt might have a chance with the right foot. And coming back and making the play is Garcia, but he's hurt.
Yeah, he caught a boot to the back of the leg there, and that's painful. It looked like it probably right in the Achilles, and there's a good chance he might be done for a little while.
Franco Bettencourt was playing it towards the box before finally, after Garcia had gone down, he gets a whistle, and this could be a big blow to Mark Pearson's bid for his first ever 3A state championship. Garcia, second on the team with 26 goals, and he has been a force in the midfield.
Yeah, there was no partial contact on that. The American Heritage player was winding up to strike a goal and caught the back. It looks like probably the Achilles area.
Trainers will come out and attend to Garcia, but it has been all American Heritage Plantation in the second half. 26-18 remaining on the clock officially. And this is a Heritage program that is storied. 3 state championships, and their last head coach, their 2 head coaches ago, we'll see a little bit later on in the day, when John Ramos will lead his undefeated and number 1 ranked Cypress Bay team against Mandarin for the 5A boys soccer state championship. That a little bit later on at 4. We've also got another game coming up at 1:30. You guessed it, it's the 4A state championship game that will pit Fleming Island, the Golden Eagles, against the Seminole Warhawks. So a lot of soccer left to be played, not only in this game, but the rest of the day here on the FHSAA network. Bryce Zimmerman along with Dennis Derflinger. And this game right now, this break, this is something that this Land O'Lakes team has got to use to rally around and get some energy going for the final 26 minutes down 2 goals.
Exactly. No, this would be a great unexpected timeout, even though an unfortunate one with losing a player. But, this is a time the coach can get the players together and, correct any mistakes and design some attack that maybe penetrate the American Heritage defense here.
26-18 remains in the period. 3-1 is the score, and Garcia being helped off the field. American Heritage players at this time taking the opportunity to do some stretching. And you look back to that first, when Juan Cano was tested multiple times, had 3 saves, 2 that were goal-saving on a couple of free kicks. I mean, there's been a lot of stars for this Plantation team. Bettencourt with 2 goals, Cano in goal, Vincent on the defensive end.
Yeah, that's what it's going to take to win a state championship. Everyone on the field, anyone who steps on the field is going to have to play well and step up and do some big things.
And you would know that because you've been in this position before.
Correct. Yeah, 3 years ago, we were in the state final game against Palm Harbor and ended up on the wrong end of that side with 2-1 loss.
Sorry to bring up bad memories.
Yeah, it's all good memories.
Dalton's feet into the middle is knocked away. Bodies go tumbling, a whistle, and once again, Land O'Lakes, a free kick, centered up with the goal. about 10 yards from the box. And they'll push back closer to 12 or 13 yards by the time the ball is spotted.
All right, let's see if they stick with going low and hard on the shot here. If they try to go high, as I mentioned in the first half, they had better opportunities when they struck the ball low and hard to one of the sides.
Dalton has a big right boot. He'll walk up and fire. Low, bouncer, saved by Cano again.
Again, low and hard, and if there's any type of deflection there, Land O'Lakes had 2 guys in the box to finish up, so a great opportunity, great plan. Let's see if they can continue to stick with that and get a goal out of it.
A well-drawn-up play off the set piece by Land O'Lakes, but Cano equal to the task. Dalton battles with Castro. Patriot goes flying down to the grass, but it's picked up by Franco Betancourt. Back to Vinson. Into the middle, headed away by Fram. High in the sky, Dalton battles for it. Taken away. And into the middle, some space now. Dalton, right foot, blast, sails wide.
Good idea. He had space. He opened up a little more, had the opportunity to take a shot. Figured might as well try. They haven't created a whole lot of opportunities for shots in this second half, so test the keeper, see what will come of it.
So after the injury timeout where Garcia had to be removed from play, a little life in the Land O'Lakes offense, and now Garcia back out onto the pitch. He's going to tough it out. A slight limp to his step. Goal kick is knocked away from Amador by Lawson. Betancourt battles with Fram. Picked up. Holgerin. But on the back check, coming away was Amador. Now Fram. Land O'Lakes tries to set it up. Here's Garcia. With a right foot that is cleared into the stands.
And it seems like the last couple opportunities to attack for Land O'Lakes has a little more intensity, a little more organization to it, so maybe they found a groove here.
Here's Dalton to the outside. Lawson, the cross. It's low. Into the box. Right foot off the volley, too high.
Great opportunity, great attempt, just not a very good outcome. Well done all around by Land O'Lakes.
Yancey Algarin Jr. looking for his first goal of the year. Had to play that one off the one-hop volley. It's not an easy scoring chance.
No, it's not. No, it's not, but he took a good attempt.
Cano unloads the goal kick. Weinstock battles. Campion Hines looking to get behind Weinstock. Instead, it'll be a throw-in. Amador holds on. Cabrera. Castro back to Monteagudo and Franco Betancourt. Looking to slice the D, but it was stolen away. Garcia up the middle, chips it on to Dalton. Dalton with space. Dalton cleared away by Regent. Good recovery by the central defender.
Very good. It looks like Land O'Lakes was going to have a scoring opportunity, but again, the defense of American Heritage thwarted all opportunities.
Throw-in goes just outside the box. Halgarin lost control. Monteagudo through traffic. Still holding on for Plantation. Gets it to Franco Betancourt. Castro battling with Fram. And now a dangerous-looking counterattack for American Heritage.
American Heritage has a lot of numbers forward right now, looking for that fourth goal to kind of seal the win for them.
Right foot into the middle, cleared away dangerously. And Lalaberte will send it into the middle as we go back and forth. Garcia looking to spring Dalton one-on-one with Vincent. Cano comes out. It hits off the back of Dalton. They're battling, and a right foot goes wide. And now we've got a penalty.
That's a last defender. That's going to be a card on the goalkeeper. He's going to have to come out of the match, and they're going to have an untested keeper come in.
What a turn of events. All because of the hustle of Nathan Dalton. Lalaberte sent it forward. Dalton battling. Cano, the first sign of mistake that we've seen from him. He's been so sure in the goal. He comes way out of the box. And now it's all being sorted out, but what will end up happening is a new goalkeeper coming in.
Now, during that incident, it looked like there were a lot of hands going at each other, but I guess the goalkeeper from American Heritage got a little too much and pulled him down. prevented a scoring opportunity. That's why the card was awarded.
So in comes Demond Suarez. 12 games played this year. He's got 62 saves. He's allowed 4 goals. 0.57 goals against.
And here, if you're Land O'Lakes, you have to get a shot on goal.
Dalton, right foot, deflected wide. Should be a corner. Still can't substitute because it is Land O'Lakes' possession. Laliberte from the far side corner. We'll wait as Land O'Lakes gets set in a substitution. Kempton back in, and off goes Patrick Lawson. So Suarez, who was moments ago watching this game and admiring the senior's great play, is thrust into the middle. Ball into the box. Castro off his foot, cleared away by Vinson. Throw-in coming up for Land O'Lakes. These have to be nerve-wracking moments for Richard Jobson, head coach of American Heritage.
And although Suarez, he has 12 games played, only four goals against with a .57 goals against average. So I think he might be able to get the job done also.
It's a state final, though.
It is a state final.
Nerves
and,
have got to be out there.
On the bench for the first 40, 60 minutes. It's got to be tough.
Heritage clears the ball away. And here's Young. Young pushes forward, looking to send to the corner for Laliberte, and an offside call by the near side linesman.
Land Lakes had 3 guys up on that line ready to attack, and unfortunately one of them was offsides.
Little over 20 minutes remaining. 3-1. Plantation leads. And a timeout on the field for water. A couple of goals very early on in this half have the Patriots in hand with a 3-1 lead with 20 minutes to play. You're watching the 3A Boys Soccer State Championship on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
Perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Welcome back to Corbett Stadium on the campus of the University of South Florida. A beautiful pitch in Tampa, Florida for the 3A Boys Soccer State Championship game on the FHSAA Network. Bryce Zimmerman along with Dennis Derflinger. It is a 3-1 lead with 20 minutes to play for American Heritage Plantation, and the Gators now have their backs up against the wall.
They do, and they need to obviously have to put one in the goal here to make this any sort of game. But on the other side, American Heritage is going to look at trying to get one more, 2-goal lead in a game like this. State final is, sometimes not enough. If Land Lakes can get a goal, puts them right back in the game with the momentum. Before you know it, might be the equalizer. So both teams have some jobs to do here the last 20 minutes.
This Land O'Lakes offense, we talked about it earlier, have scored 4 or more goals in 18 of 29 games this season. They outscored opponents by more than 120 goals this year. And Josh Davis, who has been very quiet in this game, leading scorer with 33 goals, look for him to erupt in the final 20 minutes. Demond Suarez remains in the game after Cano went out, picking up a yellow at goalkeeper for American Heritage. Header is won by Land O'Lakes, but stolen away by Montegudo. Franco Betancourt looks to work the give and go. And the ball cleared out of bounds by Pinciati. A last touched by Plantation, so the throw-in goes to the Gators. A lot of skill out on the field for this Plantation squad. We've seen some fancy footwork in the middle between Franco Betancourt and Montegudo.
Yeah, they're doing a good job controlling, maintaining possession. Their touches have been very, very good today.
Cabrera with space. Out wide, Amador. Sent down towards the goal mouth and cleared away by Sean Young. This will be a corner.
Again, American Heritage has been very good inside the attacking third with some combination play, opening some opportunities to get some crosses in. It's going to be tough on the Land O'Lakes defense down the stretch here.
My apologies. It looks like it will be a throw-in. A couple of feet away from being a corner kick, but Sean Young angles the ball out of bounds, so it is a throw for Plantation. Substitutions come in. Franco Betancourt goes off. Cabrera battling with Weinstock. And Weinstock wins the battle. Dalton. One-on-one with Vincent. This has been a battle. Cleared away. Whistle. And now we're going to get a yellow card on Weinstock behind the play. And also a yellow on the captain, Cabrera. That is the second double yellow that we've seen this morning.
I guess there's a lot of talking going on in between the teams, and it can be expected here when they're playing at a high level, and each wants to win a state championship here. And the official's trying to do his job of making sure he has control of the game.
So both players head off. Checking in is Patrick Lawson for Land O'Lakes and Gene Oroville for American Heritage.
Now down the stretch, these players have to be a little cautious of the verbal, because if they get another second yellow, they're out for the remainder of the game. And there's been a lot of cards issued.
Garcia sends it in. All Plantation as they cleared away, but Fram on the second touch. Lofts one towards the box. Davis collides with Cano, who's back into the game. Acrobatics and a little bit of violence between those two.
Yeah, very good challenge, good aggressive play by the keeper and Davis there. The keeper comes up with the ball.
Young with the header. Fram controls for Land O'Lakes. Far side. Pensiotti sends it down the sideline. Too strong, intended for Lalaberte. And rolls out of bounds. Nico Regent will handle the throw. He'll pass off to Lasprilla. Just under 18 minutes remaining. 3-1 the score. 2 goals by Betancourt for American Heritage, 1 by Castro. The tally for the Gators belongs to senior defenseman Adam Weinstock. Throw in tipped out of bounds, and another one will come about 30 yards upfield. Flick on by Castro. Could have been a handball by Campion Hines. Could have been another one there.
Looked like back-to-back handballs.
Campion Hines battling. He'll put a right foot towards goal. Sails over. Couple of breaks for American Heritage. That chance, realistically, probably never should have happened. Weinstock will handle the goal kick. Land O'Lakes, a team that came in with 23 wins. American Heritage, 25. Weinstock almost to midfield with the goal kick. Flicked on nicely by Garcia. And Dalton through the defense to Garcia. Knocked away by Plantation. Stolen by Oroville, and up come the Patriots. Herrera sends it back. Montegudo picked off by Kimpton, but he lost control and taken back by Joey Rodriguez. Sloppy play in the midfield. Garcia controls now for Land O'Lakes. Dalton. Kimpton. Algarin finds Fram in the middle. Dalton. Try to spin move with the back heel, and it's picked off. Good job by Alec Magdaleno. Substitution here in the second half, getting his opportunity on the field for potential state championship. Plantation content just to move the ball around the horn. Herrera can't keep it in.
Yeah, Atlanta Lake's going to have to put some passes together and maintain a little possession.
Pass intended for Garcia is stolen away. Oroville with speed out of his defender spot. Finds Campion Hines in the box. Try to left foot. Goes off the knee of Yancy Algarin. And a corner coming up now for the Patriots. Two goals early on seemed to really stymie Land O'Lakes. We saw them rally back with a few chances, but since then, it's been Plantation possessing, slowing the game down, working the swing, and showing a lot of discipline.
And up 2 goals. Again, it's not the best place to be, but it doesn't seem like Land O'Lakes is putting together any strong attack, so you might as well play that way and run some time off the clock.
Lasprilla will handle the corner. Looking back post, cleared away by Land O'Lakes. Now off the volley, Montegudo got a good piece of it, deflected. And Kempton with somewhat of a clear before it's finally knocked away. Mike Moran, the right foot, finds Joshua Davis. Davis back to Moran. Looking for Davis again, but taken away by Plantation. Now a nice flick on the right foot, Garcia. He's got some room. Crowd hoping to get back into this one. A goal could change the landscape of this game. 13.5 to play. But Region, once again, a solid job on the defensive end. And we talked a lot about the offense from Land O'Lakes, but this back four for American Heritage has been like a wall.
They've done a great job. The same Land O'Lakes has created a lot of chances first half.
Dalton with the right foot towards the middle, cleared away by Benson.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think they showed 7 opportunities to score the first half, and American Heritage had stopped every single one of them.
Region once again will clear a loose ball in the box. Bettenker has returned to the game. Magdalenko taken away by Kempton. Into the middle. Back out Fram. Looking to lead Dalton, but a good play by Oroville. Now finds Bettenker. Bettenker, scissor, trying to get around Kempton. Bettenker looking for the hat trick with a right foot, and it's saved by McEwen. Helpside coverage from Weinstock. Punt is controlled by Lawson to Fram. Garcia with some space. Quickly on his tail is Rodriguez. Nice play by Garcia. Puts it ahead of himself. Right foot into the box. Punched away. Ball is loose. Dalton fighting for it. Cleared away. Davis with the right foot tries to possess. Ball is still down. And so is American Heritage player. And we get the whistle. And a yellow comes against Dalton.
I'm not sure exactly why that play was stopped there, because Land O'Lakes had possession on a scoring opportunity. It's something the only official will know.
Clock stops at 12 minutes, 6 seconds. And once again, we have an injury timeout. That was the definition of a scramble in the box. Cano came out, made the initial play, but the ball popped straight up in the air. He scurried back to his line, and then Dalton, Fram, Young all had chances at the ball. Josh Davis couldn't possess, and it ends up being a stopped play and a yellow card at the end of it.
The only reason I could see the play was stopped by the official is maybe the American Heritage defender actually got possession of the ball on the other side of the player who was down. View was a little bit obstructed, but obviously James Davis thought that he had an opportunity to score.
Still have not been able to decipher which man is down.
I'm sorry, I said James. Josh Davis.
American Heritage player being attended to right now. And it appears to be Nico Region. And it is. Region now sits up, but he's yet to get on his feet. Region's had a good game. Worth mentioning the names of these back four. Martin Lasprilla, Kevin Cabrera, who has played on the left side. The two in the middle for most of this game have been Nico Region and a guy I think is the unsung hero of this ball game, and that's Samuel Vinson. just a sophomore, he has played with extreme poise. At least 4 or 5 times he's been the last defender and an opportunity for Land O'Lakes, and he's made a tackle.
Oh, he's done an outstanding job back there, preventing Land O'Lakes from getting any type of momentum in the attack aside from the one goal they have. Let's hope he can continue it for the last 12.
12:06 left on the clock. Regent able to walk off the field under his own power. That is a good sign.
It'll be interesting here to see how the officials decide to restart this ball. Sometimes it's a drop ball between 2 opposing players, and sometimes it goes to the team who had possession last, so this is going to be very interesting.
As you saw on the screen moments ago, 8 cards in this game. 5 on American Heritage, 3 on Land O'Lakes. All yellows. We have not had a red card up here. Not surprising to see some cards due to the intensity of the nature of a state final. When you had your opportunity at the state final, was it a physically played game?
It was physically played, but there were not a whole lot of cards, and it just depends on the 2 teams that are matched up. You can play physically within the laws of the game, and doesn't warrant cards, and then sometimes it can get out of hand and more cards will be issued. This will be an indirect free kick, which means a player from Land O'Lakes must touch it. Actually, 2 players must touch it before the ball goes in the goal. It doesn't necessarily have to be Land O'Lakes players.
Kind of a bizarre setup here. Almost a full team wall in front of Cano.
Here he's striking it high.
A whistle, and I think we'll have a redo.
Encroachment carded.
And there goes Rodriguez.
I believe that's his second. He is out for the game, if I'm not mistaken. That should be his second yellow card, which means if that holds true, he is out for the remainder of the game.
So he broke the 10-yard plane too early on the indirect kick attempt. A ball that was pinballed around, did not cross the goal line. So it looks like Nico Regent will come back in and Rodriguez will go off, and we will do it one more time. 12:01 remaining. If Land O'Lakes capitalizes here, we will have a photo finish. 3-1 the score. American Heritage has been in control for the bulk of this second period. Fram to touch. And it looks like Garcia to put a right foot on it.
See, where the ball is marked, all the players have to be on the goal line. And they're not quite 10 yards out. There's the 6-yard line right there, and it looks like they might be 3, maybe 4 yards from the goal line where the ball is placed.
Nearly more encroachment. Here's the kick. Oh, what a save by Cano with the right foot. The second attempt is knocked away. You got to be kidding me. Juan Cano now sent into the box. Could have been offsides on Weinstock, not called. What a game this young goalie has played.
He's played tremendously. That was a huge save there out of the free kick of the restart.
Under 12 to play. A golden opportunity for the Land O'Lakes Gators goes by the wayside. Pinciotti up the far side. Outside of the foot finds Davis. He's been quiet. Davis still on the ball. Sends it wide. Lawson, right foot, save Cano. Didn't get all of it.
Good opportunity for Land O'Lakes. Again, the keeper comes up strong, makes the save.
Cano will sling it out right side. And American Heritage will just try to get the ball as far away from the goal as they can after those last 2 chances. Magdaleno. Lasprilla knocked away by Pinciotti as the 2 number 2s hook up defensively. Herrera. Castro. He's got a goal. Pass is deflected. Weinstock clears away, but a corner kick coming up. No, it's last deflected by American Heritage. No argument and a goal kick forthcoming. Ten and a half minutes remaining to crown the 3A boys soccer state champion in the state of Florida. Land O'Lakes bidding for the 2-goal comeback.
Even though Land O'Lakes is down by 2 goals, 1 goal puts them right back in this. 10 minutes is plenty of time to play.
Weinstock to Kimpton. Last couple of possessions, the Gators have shown life. You never won a live Gator in Florida.
Anywhere for that matter.
Here's Dalton. Strong on the ball, pushed over by Magdaleno. He doesn't agree, as they rarely do. Now this will be a free kick coming just about the midfield stripe for Land O'Lakes. They'll restart it and send it all the way across field. Pinciotti, who keyed a lot of the offense's attacks in the first half, has been quiet here in the second frame. He'll get it back. Tries to go around Herrera, can't do it. Herrera avoiding a gnat-like Pinciotti before sending it back. And stolen away. Lasprilla had it taken off his boot. Young looks to put it towards the box, but Davis couldn't get around his man. And the frustration showing for Josh Davis. He just hasn't been able to get a look.
Again, a good idea. Just unlucky weight on the ball. A little too heavy. We allowed the goalkeeper to come out, scoop it up.
Near side holding on. Nick Koppas to Franco Betancourt, who's back. Small, but very good central midfielder wearing, once again, that unconventional number 77. Averill plays keep away. Last touch out of bounds by Magdaleno. It was Franco Betancourt, it was Luis Betancourt that got the goal scoring started, his 33rd of the year in the 33rd minute. And then Weinstock just a couple of minutes later tied it up for Land O'Lakes. But then 2 in the second period early. Castro's 39th minute goal and his 10th of the year, and then Betancourt picked up his second in the 34th minute, his 34th of the season. And that's where we stand with 8 minutes to play. Sean Young knocked away Magdaleno. Holding on, Koppas, Magdaleno, Oroville to the middle. Montegudo, Vincent, Magdaleno back to Montegudo. And good work through the midfield as the ball can move faster than the players. This American Heritage Plantation team. A tackle and a pickup. Here's Lasprilla. Lasprilla looks wide. Trying to seal this one with a right foot. And making the save is McEwen on the bid from Nick Koppas. McEwen will get rid of it towards the midfield stripe. Sean Young flicks it on.
Take it from him.
Loose ball, and Vincent will knock it sky high. Betancourt plays it off the hop. He's a goal away from a hat trick. Betancourt gets a friendly bounce.
Get on it, Cheeto.
Tries to send it towards the middle, but it's knocked away by Kempton. Fram to Lawson. Taken away, and now those two get tangled up, Algarin and Koppas. And it will be an American Heritage Plantation free kick. And the Land O'Lakes faithful do not like that call.
Again, that's another one of those fouls that could have gone either way. The official chose to give American Heritage possession.
And that allows Plantation to kill off a little more time, leading 3-1. Betancourt wins the battle with Kempton. 2 men come to guard. He'll send it back. Koppas loses control to Fram. Fram finds his safety. It's Dalton working through 2 men. Dalton a third. Try to go around Vincent a fourth. They collide, and it's taken away by American Heritage. Dalton remains down. Montegudo headed by Weinstock. Fram looking to send Dalton. He's onside. Into the corner. Dalton's played the entire game. Pulls up, guarded by Oroville. Dalton looking to get some space, gets around, sends it in. Back post, nice. Header just wide off the noggin of Sean Young. Beautiful setup and attempt, but they couldn't find pay dirt.
What a great opportunity. Nice work down in the corner here by Dalton. Freed himself up, served the ball across back post. Just unfortunately, his shot, the header was just wide to the left.
5:15 and ticking away on Land O'Lakes' chances at a 3A state title. Cano will take his time. The wind has picked up slightly, blowing on your Screen from right to left. Cano winds in a low liner. Led by Fram. Chips it. Looking for Davis, but it's knocked away by Castro. Cabrera to Fram. Dalton. In the middle. Young back to Dalton. Knocked away by the defense of Plantation. Coppas springs Bettenker. Weinstock, though, speeds past Bettenker, knocked it away momentarily. Out of bounds, throw-in coming up for American Heritage. Under 4 minutes to play. Or close to it. As there's a whistle.
The official just stopped play. Seemed like the American Heritage he thought was delaying the game.
Now we've got another stoppage in play. Here's the throw-in. Cabrera into the corner. Franco Bettencourt. To Coppas. Back to Franco Bettencourt, taken by Weinstock, who's played a strong game. Now up the wide side, but Vincent with another strong read. Vincent goes 1-on-2, got around a couple before Kimpton clears away. Dalton flicks it towards the middle. Could have numbers. Dalton goes wide. Valverde into the middle. Garcia. Oh, what a tackle by Delval.
Very nice tackle. He pushes that through. It's a one-on-one with the keeper. Another tough stand by the American Heritage defense.
Saved a chance for sure and possibly even a goal. Back the other way. Castro flips it out. Bettencourt. One touch. Deflected over the goal by McEwen to keep Land O'Lakes' dreams alive. And Luis Bettencourt has been much more active here in this second 40.
Yeah, Land O'Lakes is in a tight spot here. They're going to have to push some numbers forward, but you don't want to leave him alone in the back because he's going to end up putting his hat trick away.
Short corner played by Coppas, and he'll hold it there. Trying to burn time. Dalton retrieves, looks wide. Pinciati to Lawson, taken back by Plantation. Franco Bettencourt in the middle, has Bettencourt wide. Now a great feed in the middle, up with the right foot, and just wide of the far post.
Again, American Heritage continues to put some combination play together, sending the through ball in at the right time, staying on sides, and create some opportunities for scoring. Just no one was there at the back post to clean it up.
Danny Amador with that last chance. 2 minutes left. Kempton. Over to Pinciati. Near sideline. Can't get it over Cabrera. Coppas holds on. Goes back to Vincent. Left foot boot. And that's a nice play. Just going to kill some more seconds off the clock.
Play it long and far. You're going to look at probably 20 seconds at least running off the clock here before Land O'Lakes can even get it into the attacking third.
Stays in for a throw-in instead of a goal kick too, which helps. Land O'Lakes still having to work it up, and to their credit, American Heritage Plantation putting pressure on, not ceding the midfield. 1 minute, 5 seconds left. Valverde with a quick throw in. Dalton battling.
Yeah, it's going to be important here for Land O'Lakes to make sure they keep their composure. You know, they're down by 2 goals, frustration on their attack, being held to 1 goal, which it doesn't seem they're used to this year. They just have to be smart and keep their composure here towards the end.
Fram to Young in the middle. Gets around one man. Young's going to have a go with the right foot. There's a rebound after the save by Cano, but Davis can't get in time.
What a great shot. Just again, seems like they're a step behind the play. Keeper made another good save.
Cano will knock it away. He's certainly in the running for the player of the game. A lot to choose from American Heritage.
A solid team effort today.
10 seconds left. Cleared away. Weinstock will hold on. 5 seconds remain. Weinstock crossing half field. And the time runs out on the Land O'Lakes Gators. And the 3A boys soccer state champions are the American Heritage Plantation Patriots. An excellent team effort from this Patriots squad.
Very good job by the Patriots today. Like I said earlier, a great team effort. There was a lot of players who could be considered as the player of the game for American Heritage, but you have to give it up to Land O'Lakes. They created a lot of great scoring opportunities. You know, they played hard throughout the game. They never gave up. It just wasn't their night or their day today.
After the first 40 minutes, this game was tied 1-1. It was Luis Bettencourt that got the scoring started way back in the first half. Adam Weinstock answered for the Land O'Lakes Gators, but then the second half was all Plantation. Take us through some of the things that American Heritage did well, not just scoring the 2 goals, but the mentality, the approach, and the discipline in the second half.
They were very disciplined. They maintained their shape. They were able to maintain possession. They were able to control the ball. They all had great touches, wasn't making mistakes on their touches, allowing Land O'Lakes to get the ball. So basically maintain the possession for them in the midfield. And then once they got up in the attacking third, the combination play, feeding the ball through, getting the ball in behind the defense was huge in creating their scoring opportunities today.
American Heritage started off the regional path to this state championship, beating Boynton Beach 3-1. They knocked off Pembroke Pines 4-3, beat Titusville 3-0, Jesuit 1-0 last week, and cap it off with a 3-1 victory over Land O'Lakes. You have to feel for the Gators, a team with a lot of senior and junior leadership, but this American Heritage Plantation squad comes away with the victory and another state title for a powerhouse program in the state of Florida. That will wrap things up here for the first game of our triple header. Don't forget that we've got the 4A state championship coming up next with Fleming Island and the Seminole Warhawks. But before that, the award ceremony. Sit back, relax, and enjoy American Heritage Plantation, the state of Florida's 3A champions in boys soccer.
We can get a player up here. Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
calibration it got broken? Oh, so it just broke at the very end? I didn't see that. You see that? They broke the goal down there? Who did? I guess that was the end on the right side. Oh yeah, who did that? I don't know. The teams were just... I guess. Somebody jumped on it or something. So that means...
It wasn't like that in the game. I don't think they can... I don't think they can play the game like that.
So they got to catch it before we play. That's like overtime crap. With 20 PKs. You want us to do it? I'll get Doug. We'll fix it, right? Just so we get out of here. We got some duct tape. We got some white duct tape. Okay. I'll stand there and hold it.
That fixes everything.
I just want to get out of here. Holy crap. You want to put your back on?
Can I sneak over here real quick, buddy?
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2012 Class 3 state runners up for Michael Lakes Gators.
guys.